Okay. Hey, girls. I feel frustrated. Hey, Patty from Austin. Everybody put in here where you're from. And then we're going to get started and we're just going to be like, screw it. And what I'm going to do is I will be ending up sharing this over to, over on Facebook. So that's the bottom line. So you'll be seeing me in and out a little bit. And some of you have seen this presentation. Some of you know this. Some of you are just like, you're here because you want to have this deeper dive and want to be able to, let me grab this link. All right, I'm just going to focus on you. Okay, ready? So part of today, and because I know some of you, actually, I'm gonna stop the record. No, I'll keep the recording. I just want to be available for you right now. I'm going to have to run this later. I'll do this later. I want to just be totally open with you all because you're here. Thanks for clicking over. And this is what happens sometimes, right? When shit hits the fan and it's like technology. So whatever, I'm not going to let it go. There we go. So some of you are here and you are clients. Some of you are currently clients, right? Some of you are looky-loos and finding out a little bit more about what you want out of your business. And I totally get it. So today, because we have these tech problems, what I'm going to do is I'm going to actually go back. I'll record this separately and I'll embed it into Facebook and then I'll share it everywhere, like, of course. So I want to be a resource today because this is what's going to happen. I'm going to go over, like I said, some of you are clients, so some of you know this process already, but you're watching today because this is supposed to be a normal like workshop. And you know, in the light of what everything is going on in our world right now, you know, I have to tell you the honest candor here. It's like we are at a, can you all hear me? Make sure, can you please like now put in the chat so I can see that like people are here and they're hearing me so I'm not wondering. Yes, you can hear me. Thank you. Yes, thank you so much. You know, I have to be, that's what I'm looking for, how to frame and speak about the crisis. Great, great. Carrie, thank you. Alicia. Thank you, Alicia. Yes, you know, and I got it. It's just more that it's less about me, right? Because I'm getting ready to get, it's like a little snowy here. I'm going to take a drive to my second house right now after we're done here. So I'm all good. This is about you. And this is about our opportunity. And this is about us being helpers and healers and therapists and practitioners and clinicians and coaches and also business women. And how do we navigate that there's a crisis going on? And how do we also allow ourselves to recognize the truth of the situation is this too will pass. There will always be something. There's always going to be something. I know personally that some of you have some serious stuff going on, right? There's car accidents that leave you like with concussions. There's divorces. There are sick children. There are dying parents. There is a virus, there's the flu, there's spring break, there's Christmas. I like to take the summer off. There's always something, my friends, always. And your job as the leader in our industry, as far as being a therapist and being a coach and expanding your global reach, is to recognize this and lead, be bold. Right? But for those of you who are new to me, bold is my brand, you know, a big, bold life and biz. And being bold means being a brave, outgoing leader, deciding to make a difference. That's why we're here. Now, of course, as a business trainer, consultant, mentor, advisor, I'm also a freaking marketer and I'm not a fool. And I don't want to be smarmy and spammy and be like, coronavirus, let's all get rich. And I would be foolish if I didn't educate you, my clients, and those of you who are not yet my clients. I would be foolish if I didn't teach you a way to be prepared, obviously, to create your online companies and your online businesses, but also to be able to understand how to language things a little bit in the times of crisis, whatever the hell that is, whether it's this crisis or you're on a sales call. So what I'm going to do with this particular training, I'm going to go through these notes, and then frankly, I'm going to open it up at the end. I want to be able to, I want to make this so real and so like on it. So get your questions ready. I will record later, you know, my like little webinar, workshop, masterclass here in a little while. I really literally want to be a resource for you. And I'm going to go back and see, make sure that this is, because for all I know, this is like already now broadcasting. Let me just take a peek at this. I mean, how many of you even know? How many times do I ever even do slides? Nope. It's still cranking away. So that's totally fine. It's more that other people, like some people literally do not have like this whole concept of, see that? Look at that. You can see that. It's just grinding freaking Facebook. Okay. Here we go. Okay, so what I want to do is get your questions ready at the end. I literally, like, if you need help and support of what to say, how to like use this, but this is the truth. So how my disillusioned private practice clients who have become coaches and who have become multiple revenue stream business women have leveraged coaching to build their online life and biz so that really they can stop letting their businesses ruin their life. And I'm going to share a little bit of my story with you and a little bit about who I am. But today, this is what we're going to talk about. Everything that I'm about with my business and my company is to help you have more time. And then of course you need money so that you can use it for your free time. I want you to have time freedom, money freedom, and emotional freedom. So time freedom, we're going to talk a little bit about my hybrid marketing system today. Money freedom, as far as like, you should be charging a lot more. All of you. If you know, I know who you are because I'm an expert at targeting, and you are in my community and world because you're my ideal client. I'm going to let you know that right now. So you should be making a shit ton of money. You should be making a lot more money. There's no reason that you're not charging more money. I literally talked to somebody yesterday, and I was like, what's your big money goal? And she said $50,000. And this is what I said: who can live on 50 grand? Okay. So all of you, there's no reason that you're not well into the mid six figure, like 150 plus or multiple six figures. There's zero reason except for this, that you don't know the skill. You don't have the skill. You don't know the skill. You don't know how. And the emotional freedom that I want you to have is knowing that you can build this kind of business. 99% of my business today is from online. I'm going to say that again because I really want to be emphatic here. All but one client, I have marketed to and signed and enrolled in my coaching programs and my private practice and my mastermind through online. So if I can do this, you can do this. I had to learn it. You don't know it, but the mindset, the emotional freedom that I have, knowing I never have to worry about my business. Do you understand? I'm going to say that again. I never worry about money, ever. Which, why that's so great is, well, besides the money, but because now I really can focus on you. I can really focus on my clients. Like, I'm so, like, I don't have to think, oh my God, how am I going to get more clients? I have a machine for finding clients, signing clients, making money. Now I can just pour into you. And that's really what I want to do today. Because I know some of you personally are here. And like I said, some of you are clients. So I just want to, you know, I'm going to go through this kind of quickly because I want to be able to just open this up. And I really want to have a conversation today. I got my coffee right here. So today we're going to talk about how to stop holding yourself back, how to actualize your full potential. People, come on. Build your big ass bold life and biz. I'm going to talk to you about the simple steps for leveraging the coaching trend. So some of you think it's a trend. Some of you think it's here to stay. It's a multi-billion-dollar personal development industry. We are always going to be here. Do you get it? It's always going to be here. I'm going to shift this. I see Raquel. I see you. Oh, there we go. I want to see everybody in the corner there. Simple steps, simple ways to market your business, create income with ease, even if you're not in love with technology. If I hear one more of you say, I don't like technology, get over it. I'm gonna say it now, right? Get over it. If you don't know technology, if you're not into it, go find a different business, go get a job. Even in jobs today, you gotta know technology, right? I want to tell you this quick story as just a side note. So my mom does not have a computer. And the other day I was talking to her on the phone and she was talking about River, my daughter. who is 13, and she said, hey, why don't you have her go to River Valley Ranch like I did when I was a kid? And she goes, hold on, Jim's getting the website address. And she said, ready? And I was like, sure. And she said, www.rivervalleyranch.com. Like she'd never said .com before. Okay. You're not 75 people. Get over it and get technology. This is how you're going to master an online company. How to earn more working only with clients who are motivated to get results. I am at a point, and this is what I teach my clients. You never sign people and you never enroll them into working with you if they're not your ideal clients. The only way you're going to know who your ideal clients are is learning how to market online. How to finally have the regret-free, freedom-based lifestyle you deserve, right? Even if you think you can never have it. And look, graduate school did not prepare us for the world today. I don't know how old y'all are, but I got my degrees way back in the 90s, which was like freaking forever ago. I think that like the internet was out, but nobody knew. Don't we all wish we had like plowed into it back then? Graduate school did not prepare us for marketing. Forget marketing online. Let's just back up. It didn't prepare us at all for marketing in general. Again, I want to say, not only did it not prepare us for any type of marketing, it certainly did not prepare us and position us for marketing online. We were taught passive marketing, which means pretty much no marketing, doctor referrals, Psychology Today, hope and a prayer. You know, you staple up, you're like, hi, I'm Sally Jo, the therapist. You are the master of none and the jack of all trades. I can help everybody. That is not effective marketing. We were not taught how to sell, right? We were not taught how to convey the value of the life-changing work we do with our clients so that everything is different for them. We were not taught that. We were taught like how much it is per hour. This is what we get paid per hour. So the concept of selling somebody or enrolling somebody or having a conversation or coaching people into understanding what their life can be like, we were never taught this. And so much of it is like, if I hear another person say, I just feel guilty. Okay, ready? I feel guilty for taking money from helpless people. Give me a break. How rude is that? That you have the audacity to think that the person in front of you is so incapable of making a decision for themselves and that you're so masterful at arm twisting. I mean, just all of that is so messed up. Also, you know, this whole pushy, I don't want to be pushy. I'm a helper. I'm not even going to talk about money mindset right now, right? Sharing ourselves. Of course, we were never taught to share ourselves. We hide, we've got good boundaries, dual relationships. I should just type that, right? And the problem becomes after a while, after you've been in practice, and if you agree with me, I'd love to hear you in the comments. After a while, didn't you get to the point you're working with clients and it's just so rote. It's just so repetitive. It's just the same old, same old. And there's all these things as you have grown as a human being, you have grown as a woman. What has happened is there's more to you. There's more you want to share and say. And maybe it has to do with spirituality. Maybe it has to do, you want to incorporate mindfulness or good healthy eating or take a freaking walk or brain science, like, or you want to come up with other different type of treatment modalities instead of being in your box. And probably if you're at all in my community, you relate to the directness. I'm very direct because my two core values are truth and time. I'm direct because, well, first of all, I feel like in this online world, I position myself to stand apart from all the other, like, you can do it. I'm very direct on what it takes. I don't want to bullshit you. I don't want to pretend. It is an investment of time and money. And if you're related, if you're in here, it's probably because you like coaching, because you're probably already coaching, right? Who here, put it in the comments, who here realizes like, I think I'm coaching. I think I'm already telling people what to do and asking them questions and looking for the future. So today is for you, if you know, if for you and your knowledge. And at the end, I'm going to tell you something that I'm going to do. I'm going to tell you right now. At the end, I'm not selling you anything today, but I am going to offer you something in a way that you haven't necessarily heard it before. And I don't typically open up my calendar for this kind of thing. So at the end, I'll share with what's possible for you and make it very personal. So I know that some of you here, you're already in your private practice. So I mean, jump off if this isn't for you. If you're not in private practice and if you're not in a place where you really want motivated clients, and some of you don't, and that's completely okay. Some of you really love certain type of mental health work. I'm not into the mental health work anymore. I want clients who do not have dysfunction. I want clients who are really motivated, and I think you do too. You really want to set your own schedule. You want to live by your own rules. You're probably a little bit of a rebel. You're probably like you're do it your own way. You're probably like, not that you snub society, but you're also like, you know, you're tired of being told by Sally Joe what to do. You want to dream of being able to work wherever the hell you want. Look, I just bought my second house. Now, although it's only 51 minutes from door to door, it feels like it's in a completely different place because it's on the Columbia River. And I have a mountain right in front of me, actually, and then another mountain. Actually, they're volcanoes because I live in Portland, Oregon. And I want to do whatever the hell I want to do whenever I want to do it. And that's what I want to help you do. So if you dream on working like that, that's the way to go. If you've ever struggled with limitations about your income potential, or you don't really understand what multiple revenues are, let me tell you, it's freedom. If you can't stop thinking about how to leverage coaching because you see people out there making a shit ton of money with far, 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 far less experience than you do. And JM, and I don't know who that is. JM, put your name in here. She says she coaches and she's shifting over now. Raquel says, I'm totally coaching my therapy clients. That's right. I mean, it's the truth. There's so much more. I feel like I am silenced every day because I'm dictated by insurance. Praise Jesus. Hello. I know. Insurance tells us, and look, I don't think I ever mentioned this before. I probably mentioned it, but I'm going to have to incorporate this in one of my slides. So I did managed care for a long ass time and I was the director of the Medicaid system in Oklahoma City years ago was it in the 90s? And then in the late 90s when it first was being developed. So I'm very familiar with managed care and dictation, right? With insurance and regulations. And that's not my personality. I don't want to be in a cubicle doing that. If you want to start loving like Monday mornings, how many of you have ever seen me talk on Monday morning? Today's Saturday. I got the same energy because I love doing this. If you're experiencing dissatisfaction, if you're spending the nights and weekends thinking, oh my God, there's so much more. You know, we're getting all these calls. This is the school system. I don't know why it's calling because we know that there's no school for who knows how long. There it is again. Sorry about that. Here we go. Here's the real deal. Okay. This is, some of you have already learned this. Some of you are in my mastermind. Some of you are private clients. Some of you are brand new and welcome. I'm so glad you're here. And some of you are waiting to see what the hell I'm talking about. So the real deal is you don't have a formula for mastering this online marketing. And what I want to make sure that you get, today I will be sharing with you this concept that I have that works for me and works for clients. But really part of the concept here is your mindset is one of the biggest barriers to your online coaching company and empire. The way that you're thinking, even though I know that you want more as far as the direct work, the client work, I get that. It's the showing up, being visible, charging a lot of money, the technology that you've been probably butt in seat for years, and now you're really going to have to do something unique and different, even though you've got this giant within longing to come out, right? Longing to come out. The reality is the thinking is going to bite you in the ass every time. And this is a huge piece of the puzzle that I work with clients. And it's still daily that I work on this. I want to let you know. You don't really have a plan. You don't know what to do day to day to day. What do I do today? What do I do today? You don't have any clue. You are so focused on your 20 or 30 clients, your patients, I'll say patients for point of reference to therapy, that you're like, how can I even incorporate, you know, marketing or building a business when I have all these other clients? So I really work on that immediately with my clients who have a private practice. That is a huge piece of this puzzle for me, for them. Marketing, you don't know marketing. You don't really know how to market because you've never been taught. You have no idea really how to sell. And because you look at selling like you're going to twist somebody's arms, right? You don't really understand. I'm going to tell you part of the secret here. Ready? Selling is marketing, and marketing is coaching, and coaching is selling, and all of that. It's really, to me, I want you to start looking at this like it's the same. When you lead with the truth, You can ask the hard questions. If you had a client potentially online, or excuse me, on a sales call, you can say the stuff. I'm saying it. This is me marketing. Hello, I'm marketing to you. I'm also coaching you. I'm also helping you see something different that you may never have seen before. This is me selling you. I'm selling you on one level because I'm selling myself. I'm selling this as a concept here, right? And you have no systems. Really, I'm going to tell you, systems are sexy as the social worker in me. By the way, I'm Mary McNeil. I'm a clinical social worker. I'll tell you that in a minute. But I love a good system. And what you see is this triangle here. This is called the hybrid marketing system. It's all about running ads. Yes, you need to invest in your business. It's all about automation. You want freedom. I love freedom. And you want to still have high touch. So today we're in the world where we are craving connection. Oh my God, and think about the millions of us are sitting our asses in our homes for God knows how long. Right now, like you're gonna see me, FYI, so clients, hey, private clients, pay attention, because my trip to Europe got canceled. I'm probably canceling my trip to Cabo. From today, which is March, whatever it is, March 14th, through May, I have 4 trips planned, 2 of which I've canceled. The one to Paris, which my daughter's been taking French for 2 years for this trip, and one to Cabo, which was with I have my own high level coach. I invest a shit ton of money working with people who know more than me, because I don't want to I'm not here to like, let me shop around for the cheapest thing or the free thing online. And if that's who you are, pop out. I don't have time for that. Here we go. So I know this is what you want. You want simple systems so you can attract a client, this client attraction, marketing, bringing your right person to you, not just any Joe, the right people. You want to leverage your time with marketing and working. So leveraging your time looks like this. So I know some of you are like, is that passive income? Leveraging your time means delegate, automate, eliminate. When you learn to leverage your time by automating things, when you learn to leverage your time by like this, I'm going to record this is recording, and I will put it out again and again. So I'm leveraging my time. I do not do one-on-one private coaching anymore, but what I do is one-to-many. I leverage my time. Now, why is one-to-many good? It is so good because when you market properly and effectively, I bring in the group of these amazing, hi everybody, these amazing, brilliant women who have very similar things they're working on. And then they certainly have very compatible and similar hopes, dreams, desires. And they have the similar personalities as far as they want it. They're the go-getter. So when I market effectively, I leverage my time, because then in like my mastermind, for example, if one person has a question, all those other women are like, oh my God, I had that same kind of question. So the connection is so good. So I leverage my time, but also I leverage my knowledge, and my mastermind leverages their knowledge. It's like so freaking powerful. You can tell I'm so excited about it. All right. So you want to have the exact steps so you're not overthinking. I know y'all are overthinking. I know you're the overthinkers, because that's the crowd that always comes in, right? Because you're smart. One of the benefits of being an overthinker is this. Let me think. Is there an some of the benefit of that is when you realize that you're an overthinker, this is a mindset piece. When you finally realize you're an overthinker, that's the moment to think, oh my God, I'm an overthinker. I probably know a shit ton of stuff, and I don't need to do that to myself anymore. Well, that's another day. You want to earn multiple 6 figures or more, and you want to be in charge of your own schedule. Amen. So this is not, you're in the wrong place if you don't like me cussing. You're in the wrong place if you want something quick. Look, my results are not totally typical. It requires implementation. If you're not really willing to push up your sleeves, I've been doing this for 7 years. This is why I can, my clients are like, how do you come up with the answers like that? I've been doing this a long time. I have invested like $87,000 in learning to master business development. I have hired multiple coaches, taken multiple programs so that I can help you. This is why I can do it like this. So it takes time. Most people, they buy a course and they don't do anything with it. It's like buying that treadmill and that sits in front of your TV and you're like, I'm going to put it right in front of the TV because I swear I'm going to go in there all the time and work out. You're not, you need help. Look, you can't say that you want to design a coaching business if you're not willing to invest yourself. Please hear it again, because sometimes people are like, well, no. If you haven't hired a coach, you haven't taken a business development program or something like that, why do you think that you will be able to sell, enroll a coaching client? If you don't value coaching, meaning you have ponied up money to do it with another human being, don't think you're going to have any success at all selling coaching. Literally, I'm going to say this one last time, because what I feel so frustrated about sometimes is people, you therapists, right? We're like, well, I've done therapy, so that means I know. No, you don't. You need to be on the other end of working with a coach. You need to be on the other end of what it means to invest in yourself. You need to be on the other end so that your client, if you're helping them lose weight, have a better relationship, overcome, their divorce, or fall in love, date, be a better parent, excellent communicator. Like, you need to know what it's like to invest a high dollar figure. My clients, my goal for them is that they are selling coaching packages that are $6,000 to $12,000. If you haven't invested at a high number, it will be extremely challenging for you to sell it. I'm just telling you that right now. So you've got to like really get that. Well, if you're not here to prepare to tell the truth, right, here I am. So it's not for everybody. I've done this for years. I've mastered marketing. I feel pretty confident about it. I'm known in the industry as a therapist turned business consultant for therapists who want to build a multiple revenue stream company, and that they are wanting to leverage coaching. Because see, not all my clients dump their private practice. I am never one to say, stop doing that. We always analyze, how can we maximize the revenue from that before you throw it out? So here's where I grew up. For those of you who don't know, I'm Mary Bicknell. I'm a clinical social worker. I keep my license only to market to you so that I know what the hell I'm talking about. And here I am, very pregnant. By the way, here's my goal poster, which I still have. Here is actually this. I still have this all these years later. See my big, huge pregnant belly? I was doing Mary Kay years ago. I always was an entrepreneur. I always wanted to call my own shots, but I also always wanted to help people, and that's why I became a clinician. And after I became a clinician, I realized, like, I don't want to do private practice. So I started my coaching business as I am the relationship tour guide. I wanted every woman to feel loved, honored, and adored every day. And so I started speaking, and I started doing online. And what I soon quickly discovered is, I don't want to talk about your boyfriend all day or your husband being an asshole. But what I do want to talk about all day long is women owning their worth. Women recognizing there's more than enough for them. They are more than enough. There's no reason to settle. Go for it. Live big. Don't feel guilty about it. Like, be all out and start. And what I recognize is when women make more money, they have more confidence. And you have more confidence because you have freedom. It doesn't have to do with the money. It has to do with what it takes to make the money. And I used to do the big eye roll when people were like, it's all about the journey. I'd be like, ugh, it's the truth. When you be a woman who owns her shit, when you be a woman who calls the shot and makes the money and can know that with your mouth, you could sign a client and it's thousands of dollars, knowing you've gotten the skill to market and to sell, and of course to deliver high value coaching with your clients. When you learn that skill on how to say words that convert into thousands of dollars, I promise you, your life will never be the same. And that's what my clients tell me. It makes me cry all the time. So I'm very serious about this because, look, I grew up in an apartment with my parents who never went to college. I'm the only one in my whole entire family, y'all, who went to college, let alone I have 3 degrees, a clinical license, numerous letters behind my name, just like you. And I make, this year I've already have more income this year, and this is March, than I made the entirety of last year. Like things can go quickly when you're willing to roll up your sleeves. So here I am doing numerous speaking gigs, right? Numerous speaking gigs. Here I am at Amy Porterfield. Why? Amy Porterfield, for those of you who don't know it, she's an online marketer. I was asked to speak at her event. Why? Because I know how to build an online marketing company now. Here's another event that I spoke at. So there's plenty of ways to make money. And with the hybrid marketing system, high touch also does include speaking if you want to. So I had the most amazing clients on earth, blah, blah, blah. I went over all of this. I'm going to skip through it. So building my empire, I already talked about. Look, I have hired coaches, programs. I have invested heavily in Facebook ads and lost a shit ton of money. And I've done trial and error and I've cried. Okay. And that's what it takes. Don't tell me you want something big if you're not willing to fall down and get up and fall down. Because even though I can give you, here's the system, here's the plan, here's your program, here's what you need to say, you've got to do the work. You've got to get out of your head. You've got to stop overthinking it. You have to take the steps. You have to do the action. Truth, okay? You have to decide to be all in. This is not a damn hobby, girls. This is not a hobby. Stop asking for permission. Stop asking for permission to show up and have the life you want. I want you to design the lifestyle that you want. We're going to build a business to make it. It's all mindset. Your money mindset is... All right, so here I'm going to teach you the hybrid marketing system. I'm going to go over this and I want you to be able to ask me any questions that you want about this. This is the thing that I have developed over years. It's put together now in such a tight system. And why I call it hybrid is because it's so freaking good. Hold on. So it's this is a hybrid marketing system. It's utilizing, it's utilizing Facebook ads. Now, for those of you who are like, I don't know how to do Facebook ads. Of course you don't. Or some of you are like, my Facebook ads aren't converting. Oh, okay. Well, we can help with that. You know, this is about expediency. And one facet of a quick business, quickly building your business, is mastering marketing online with Facebook ads. Look, now is the time to invest. And I'm not even talking thousands of dollars. Yes, I invest thousands of dollars, right? Even monthly, thousands of dollars a month. You don't have to do that. You could start with $5 a day. $5 a day to have an awareness ad, or, have people know about you or get them on your email list. And then once you cultivate that a little bit, then you can ramp that up. Ads are going to help you save so much time. So really, again, everything I teach my clients is how can I help you save time? Part of the point about Facebook ads is I know y'all want to take a vacation sometime, and you can let Facebook do the work for you. They are masters. After we design your targeting, they're masters as far as finding more people. They call it actually a lookalike audience. So there's all kinds of little tricks I'm happy to teach you. Automation. So when let's say you have a Facebook ad come in, we want this to be automated. Now what? Now I know you all have done this where you've given somebody your email. That's probably how you found me. You've given somebody your email and there's an exchange there. I've given you some free value, something that's high value. And I wasn't, every time one of you signed up for something, I wasn't like, here you go, Sally. It was automated. Automate, delegate, eliminate. That's what you should be looking at with everything in your life. That's how you get free time efficiency. And then of course, high touch. High touch. What does this mean? This means like right now, in a minute, I'm going to open this up. I want to be direct with you. I want to ask you questions. I want to see your faces. I want to hear your heart. I want to know what you want. See, this is when you're transparent, and I promise it takes some getting used to. This is not how I used to be when I first started my business. I was very much like, hi, I'm Mary Bicknell. I'm the relationship tour guide. It has taken getting used to being my real self with you and with clients. But that's what we crave. We want really high touch. So one of the things I teach people is how to use social media marketing and have a high touch, or run something like this, like a workshop, or some of you want to do speaking gigs. And this is the good news for you. So those of you who are like, oh my God, Facebook ads, and you're totally freaking out, is that the truth is Each one of these is valuable. Ads, high touch, automation, each one. And this is the good news. I always love this. One impacts the other. So right now, let's just say you're on Facebook or you're in social and you're commenting. You're doing one facet of this hybrid marketing system. So you're creating a community, you're creating your audience. So then when you develop a freebie or you offer a workshop, you have that already built in. So maybe you're not running ads yet, but you're doing that high touch. Maybe you already have an email provider and you're putting out a newsletter every week, right? So everything overlaps. My goal always with clients is to ensure that whatever work they're doing, whatever task or assignment that they're given, whatever system that they are to develop, it has multiple uses. This is back to leveraging time, multiple things. I don't even know. I literally can't even think of ever when I've given a one-off assignment to somebody. It always has multiple purposes. And sometimes the multiple purposes, I will give my clients a mindset thing. And then I'm like, make it your own and give it to your own client. Be a student of how I run my business and what I'm giving to you, and then be a client also and do the work, right? So everything I do is making sure you have time and money. So it looks like this. I'm going to just give you the simplest overview on Facebook ads so you're not in freak out mode. I like to teach people awareness ads first. This is just more like, hey, here I am. And then what we do is we retarget people who are interested. And then this CTA is just call to action. And so then that means like, hey, sign up for my free thing, then maybe get on a call with me or do my workshop or my masterclass. It's very simple. You can make it complicated. You're going to see online marketers that are like multiple funnels and all that. I don't know. I have tried so many different strategies. I only now do what works. I have simplified my business. I've tried all those things, multiple funnels and 29 emails and and simplicity, I believe, is key. Automation, if having automation, it frees things up for you. So how many of you have a email system, have call to actions, have a calendar? Do you have an automated calendar, guys? Do you have automated payments? You see me show up all the time online, but I'm telling you that stuff, half of that stuff is posted. It's scheduled out. I'm not doing it. I don't want to do it. High touch. Most impactful MMAs. For those of you who don't know what that is, money making activities, right? Money making activities. Part of money making activity is working on your mindset every day, working on marketing every single day, and asking people, hey, I can help you. You want to work with me? Get on the phone with me. You don't ask enough. You don't ask for help enough, and you don't ask people to get on the phone with you. So there's a bunch of different ways to do high touch. I'm just going to say social media, networking in person, selling and sales calls, and still doing live speaking gigs or online masterclasses, whatever you want to call it. So I have tons and tons and tons of testimonials. Here's one who says, I love this one. Just share that my coaching client just paid me. It's fun getting paid in advance. How many of you would love to eliminate insurance? How many of you would love to eliminate at the end of a session, hey, give me a check? How many of you would love not to deal with bounced, this and that and chasing people, right? Here's somebody that these are just literally this week. These are this new, that these are this week. This is a client of mine. So the goal is, this was a private client of mine, and she still is implementing all the things that she learned. And here it is. She's closed 4 of her 90-day programs within the last month, $9,600. Now, this is what I have to tell you the truth, what I told her. Charge more money. This is a brilliant woman. She knows a lot. And so I've actually said to her, like, you need to be charging at least $3,600, if not more, for her 90-day program. Here's another client. She is, and I'm sharing the after clients that aren't even working with me right now. Why? Because not only do you have value when we're working together, but you will learn to implement these things for a lifetime. So this client, she said, life is so good, because of course I check in with people. How's life? Life is so good. And she's had a record week, $3,100 sales. Hello. So this is what I told you I would work on with that I wanted to give to you. And this is really a business blind spot breakthrough call. What it is this is very concrete. I'm not going to pitch you anything on this call. I'm not going to twist your arm or anything like this. What I want to do, and I actually, before I got on this call, I cleared my schedule because I'm not going to Paris now, people. and I even open Friday. Normally I'm off on Fridays. I want to be able to help you clarify your niche and your exact coaching program. So this is about a 45-minute free call. I don't have that in there. It's a free call. And I want to get on the phone with you, and actually we'll do Zoom. And I want to identify the thing that's holding you back. I want to clarify your niche and your coaching package and give you your exact next steps. So your exact next steps might be like, you know, charge more money or work less or open a Facebook group, or you need to design a freebie, or it may be that we're a fit. And if you want to ask me any questions that you want about what it would look like working together, then that's what we would do. So today I know that it's, for those of you who are joining later, I wanted to, I said, because we're having all that tech issues, I wanted to actually open this up and be an available resource for you. Of course, I want to get you on the phone. Some of you already have talked to, but I want to just open up. I'm going to stop screen sharing, and I'm literally going to open this up for you. So if you have questions, and you can ask me literally anything that you want, you can raise your hand or you can wave at me, and please make sure that you've got to be on camera. I'm just going to say that right now. You need to be on camera. I want to see your beautiful, fabulous face. So if you have a direct question for me, let me know. Teaching accountability, that's great. My mother was the first to graduate in high school. Yes, and I was the only. Wow, congratulations. I don't know, JM, who is that? I see your face there, but what is your name? Unmute yourself. I'm gonna unmute you. Hi.
Jacqueline.
Hey, oh, Jacqueline, how are you? I couldn't see your, I was like,
Good.
because I couldn't see, how's it going, Jacqueline?
Good. How are you?
Good. So I know you've been following me around for a while, right? What's a question?
Yep, for a while.
What'd you say? We have a little delay. What did you say?
Yeah, I've been following you for a while.
What question do you have now that I'm sitting here live and in person with you?
I think that my biggest question is just how to present myself for the first time to people as the coach. You know what I mean? That's a scary thing to do, to cross from therapist to coach.
Why is it scary?
I think because I've been a therapist in one model for so long that I'm just stuck in that, and the transition is awkward for me at first, even though I know I've been coaching.
Right. Thank you. That's what I was getting ready to say. All of you, how many of you have been coaching? You already know you've been coaching. This is why you are interested in the coaching model. So I want to honor what you said. Every single one of us, before we transitioned or during that transition period, the moving into coaching, it is awkward. And it's probably a couple of reasons. But let me ask you, what is the number one reason for you? What do you think people are going to say if you're like, hey, people, I'm going to coach now? What do you think they're going to say?
I've already gotten it. Like, oh, do you really think you can make money with that? Oh, that kind of takes away from your license. You've done all that work in education. You're throwing it away. I've gotten it all.
So let's address those things. First of all, thank you for sharing that, because, oh my God, this is totally what a lot of us have experienced, right? Not if you can get what she's saying, right? Have felt her, right? So number one is never take advice from people who aren't where you want to be. We all know this, right? You would never go to a toothless dentist or a fat cardiologist. So when we're sharing with people, it's really, we're mirroring our expansion. And most of the time that scares people because most people are sheep. They're cattle. They're going to follow. And most people are not leaders. And it's a challenge to step into a leadership position. And leadership also just even can mean for you to create a lifestyle that you want and be the leader for your family, not even just the world, but just for your family. So I want to address this. I get this all the time. People are like, well, what a waste of your years of education. First of all, my years of education help me be a better coach. I have not lost a damn thing. Number two, this does not diminish my license. If anything, guys, look, hear me, and I rarely say this because I don't want people giving me a bunch of pushback. My life coaching clients, when I did life coaching, I never positioned myself like I'm a therapist, but they knew it because I kept my clinical license and my MSW, right? They knew it. There's something that's built in, I call this built-in authority that you have in the coaching industry, because we have our therapy background. So we have nothing lost. If anything, we have gain. The other thing too is, when people are like, how are you going to make money in that coaching thing? Therapists, I just talked to a therapist yesterday who is making $45,000, 15 years working for somebody else. God help me, Jesus. So this whole thing about like, how are you going to make money? Like, well, maybe you're not going to make $1 million. Maybe you're not going to make $100,000. What if you only made, $75,000 working 3 days a week? Like, come on. So never take advice from people who are not where you want to be. Does that make sense? Does that help you a little bit? Or do you want me to give you like literally verbatim words to say to people when they say something?
No, that helps.
Yeah. Thank you for sharing
For sure.
that. Yeah.
I think that the biggest thing that I keep running into, and I hate the phrase, and I've heard it from about 4 people, oh, that's a pipe dream.
Yeah. You know what? To me, when I hear that now, granted, I've been doing this a while, right? But Jacqueline, when I hear that now, it like even right now, it kind of makes me a little, it really affects me because I feel so bad for those people that say that, because see, they have a dream and you going for it is showing them what they're not doing. And so when people are like, oh, that's a pipe dream, it's like, do you know how many women have lost their dreams? It's like, it crushes me. This is why I'm so direct. And this is my work, my mission, right? What I would say to somebody now, of course, I'm pretty damn direct. So I would be like, what was your pipe dream, Sally? What did you give up on? I mean, God damn, it still chokes me up, you guys. Because I really want for all of you. I know that and I know certainly my clients who are on here with me, they know my heart. I hope that comes across to all of you who haven't worked with me yet, but I want you to turn that around. I want you to really be compassionate, right? And not let it affect you when people are like, oh, that coaching thing. I want you to flip it and be like, what have you not tried that you wanted to go for? You will shut that shit right down like that fast. And say it with love and honor that most people never go for it. Was this helpful, Jacqueline? So nice to talk to you. Who else has some questions? Questions. I see a lot of beautiful new faces on here that I've never seen before.
Hi, Mary. It's Carrie.
Oh, and there's a beautiful face I've seen a million times. Hello, Carrie.
Hi. How's it going?
So good.
Good. I have a little question about the current virus situation.
Please ask away. Yep, go ahead.
We're online and we want to do more marketing during this time online.
Yes.
My only concern right now is the fear people may get wrapped up in terms of there not being enough money, or, there's talk about recession and like, I don't have money to invest in coaching. I got to make sure I can pay my bills right now. How do you help them to remain focused on this as being a priority during the crisis? So, I'm leading with the whole, this too will pass. I'm leading with the concept of the truth that, we're always going to have something in life. And if right now you're feeling, impacted or concerned or have anxiety about what's going on, the goal here for you would be to work with somebody or go ahead and get into therapy or do some life coaching or something along those lines so that you don't waste an opportunity. This is how I'm positioning it. Like, we could fall down the rabbit hole of freak out, or we could say, oh my gosh, I'm choosing not to be in fear mode. And this is triggering all my other fear. So for some of you, you might want to position it like, how is this current situation triggering all your other fear? How is this a moment in time where you can start recognizing that you want to be in more control of your emotional health and well-being? So does that help you, Carrie? Do you want more on that? I mean, I always want more, but I mean, if that feels
no,
like
okay. So so Carrie's one of my clients. So I'm gonna walk you through what I'm going to tell her and what I would tell all of you. So this is a strategy actually I'm going to share as part of the hybrid marketing system. This is what I'm going to be dealing with Carrie. She and I have our calls on Wednesday. And so I'm going to advise her is to create an awareness ad. Now, some of you, I know you don't know what the hell I'm talking about. So I'm just showing you my wealth of wisdom so that you decide that you want to work with me and blah, blah, blah. Okay. So an awareness ad, Carrie she owns a wellness center. She has multiple things. She has a lot of good stuff going on. Specifically, she owns a wellness center where she has different practitioners and, work within her center. So one of the things that she and I will be working on, or she's working on now, is creating what I call, or what Facebook calls, an awareness ad. It's literally a certain goal within Facebook. You can do awareness ads, conversion ads, or like they're selling ads, right? So an awareness ad is where you can put in your zip code or your province or your town. And it's literally, you go in there and this is what her ad will sound like. So I encourage her to do video, and she lives on a beautiful lake. She has 2 cute dogs. She's very athletic and outdoorsy, like, you know, probably all of you, because I've marketed to all of you. We all like outdoorsy. And to do something, and actually you guys are going to notice this. This is one of the ads that I'll be coming out. It will be from my phone. It will be super cash, probably be downstairs or something like that. And so the goal will be, it will be something like this, Carrie. Like, hey, I know there's a lot of stuff going on in the world, and now's your opportunity to realize that you can control how you're thinking about things. That, you know, you don't have to let anxiety take you over. We also want to be careful not to say you. So it might be more positions like, one of the things I've been working on lately with everyone who's having a little bit more anxiety is making sure that we're taking really good care of our emotional thinking, our emotional state. So, you know, here I am in XYZ town, and maybe you didn't know that we can actually chat online. It can be something very simple, and that can be the same copy that's in the awareness ad. Is that helpful, Carrie?
Yeah, that's super. Thank you.
You're welcome. What did everybody think about that too? Let me give it to you outside of, I always love to give a different perspective other than sometimes when we talk therapy and coaching, we get so like, let me give you an example. Bob owns a pizza parlor, and Friday nights is pizza movie night, and Friday. This has nothing to do right now with the coronavirus. This has everything to do with awareness ads. And so he could run an awareness ad for, actually, this is literally what I told, okay, guys, it's really, so we used to eat at this chicken joint, and it was like Costa Rican food. They had, and we called it the red joint because the building was red. They had to sell it because they were widening the road. The guy moved his business like another 10 minutes away. Nobody, into a horrible strip mall. Nobody goes over there. Nobody drives over there. It's a shitty place. I said to him, you know what? I'm surprised that you're not creating an awareness ad. And he's like, oh, you know, I don't need to do that. This would have been the perfect awareness ad. He could have, in our Lake Oswego town, he could have said, hey, oh my God, the red joint is closed, but, you know, come over here and grab yourself a free drink when you buy that burrito. He could have run a $5 a day ad for 97034, 97035, the zip codes in our local area, and started popping up on Facebook. Or even better, Fridays, he has ceviche. I said to him, why don't you send me an email? Like, people pay me thousands of dollars, y'all. Like, to write this shit down, I'm telling you right now. And I was like, well, why don't you have me on an email and remind me every Friday about ceviche? Because I forget. And he's like, oh, well, you're in here now, you'll remember. And I'm like, I used to come almost every week because my kid likes your burrito. Now I'm like, But if you would say, hey, it's Friday ceviche, come on in and get a pound, I'll give you a soda, I'd be like, hey guys, I forgot it's ceviche night. This is what an awareness ad is. Now there's other ads that I'm not going to talk about today, but this is a perfect example of part of that hybrid marketing system, right? Hybrid. So part of Facebook, you know, that automation is we want to have things automated to bring in leads. Now, you know, I could just teach you on this stuff and coach you on this all day. Who else has some questions? I want to still be a resource, and then I'll go through all of the questions in just a second. Please unmute yourself if you have a question. I'm happy. I could be here all day. I'll have to go down and get another cup of coffee, but it's snowing here. And so I'm just sitting here enjoying this. Thanks for joining. Go ahead, Raquel. How are you?
Hey, can you hear me?
I can.
Oh, perfect. So yeah, about the ads. So you showed us earlier a kind of a chart.
Mm-hmm.
And so is that to mean that this is sort of like a recommended sequence of progression of, how we do the ads? Is that what that means?
Let me go back to that.
Awareness ads, or are they just like different kinds of ads that we can sort of?
So you'll learn that, and actually Raquel is in my, well, do you mind me saying that? I'm sorry.
No, go ahead. Yeah.
Yeah. So Raquel's in my mastermind. So this is what I will be teaching a lot of in the mastermind. So the mastermind is for a year. So there's a lot to it, but just to give you a general overview, Raquel, it's like what we can start with an awareness ad, just to have people aware of you. Right. And it could be like, hey moms, because her niche is mom guilt, working with business owners who are moms, and to eliminate mom guilt so that they can actually make a shit ton of money and not feel bad if they're away from their little baby. So part of this is an awareness ad, could be, right? It could be that we start with that. And what we do is when people like it, when people show up, when people are watching the video or whatever, then we can retarget. So that's one methodology I'm going to be teaching you. So it's cold, warm, hot, what we call hot traffic. So once you retarget people, those are warm people. That's when you offer them a freebie. That's one methodology. Another methodology is that you just put out your freebie out to the world and you see who likes it. You obviously you have their names and emails, but like on average, maybe 70% will not sign up. And then you can retarget them. So you don't need to be worrying about this right now, to be quite candid, because this is stuff that you'll be learning as we move forward inside of our mastermind.
Can't wait.
I know, it's so fun. It's so fun. So, guys, this is the other thing I want to share with you is that, thank you, Raquel, for asking, is that, the piece about peace, P-E-A-C-E, about owning an online business is, when you learn one method about like building, it is, like I said, transferable. So when you learn, how to do a call to action freebie, or when you learn how to do a Facebook Live, or when you can turn that into a speaking gig, like all of these things I want to teach you are all transferable information. Does that make sense? So once you start learning how to design a Facebook ad, and you have the call to action and you have the problem, agitate, solution, which I'm not going to talk about right now. Just my point is it's just duplicate. It's just like you just need to learn it, just like you've all learned your jobs that you have now, right? If I had to come into your job right now, wherever y'all are working or whatever you're doing, I'd have to learn, like, God knows, I don't have a clue anymore on how to do anything with insurance. Like, I'd be like, oh my God, I got to deal with insurance. Like, it would feel like a lot to my brain, but I would learn it, right? Does that make sense? So allow yourself to know that y'all are smart and that you can learn stuff, okay? Anybody else? Who else has questions? Let me go through really quick and look at these. And then I want to, of course, invite you all. I'm going to put my link in here for my calendar link. I just put it, actually I just put it to just Jill. Let me put it to everyone. If you want to get on the phone with me, just to have a conversation to see what, have a business blind spot breakthrough call. Why I say blind spot is because you don't know what you don't know. Just like if I came in and with insurance, I wouldn't know. Do you get it? Let me look through these questions and answer them. And then think of a question live if you want to, and then we'll go. I hate managed care. I hate managed care too. Having a coach on our own. Yes. And mentoring, it's, having accountability. Thank you, Leslie. Having accountability is very huge. I have a question about the current. Okay, I answered that. Carrie, do you feel like I answered that? And she jumped off. So obviously she did. Hi, Jill. I'm taking that not alone. Jacqueline, I've dealt with this issue. Absolutely can make a lot more money with coaching. Yes, thank you, Raquel, telling Jacqueline she can make a lot more money in coaching. No doubt. And Raquel just had somebody actually reach out to her, right? I mean, that's pretty freaking exciting, guys, that she is, she's building her business and somebody's reaching out to her because of what she's putting out into the world. Is that correct? Like, come on, let's high five her.
Yeah. Thank you.
Yeah. Tell me a little, tell everybody about what happened share with this.
Yeah. So I sent a bunch of friend requests. I just started to look at, the suggestions, you might know this person, blah, blah, blah. And I noticed that we had a lot of friends in common. So I sent her a friend request. I sent a bunch. And then within a little while, I got this text. It's like, oh, I'm so-and-so, I just got your friend request. And I was looking through your page. And I think you might be the person that I've been looking for. And I was like, well, shit. Okay, cool. And so she had some kind of presented a little blurb about her situation. And is there something you can help with? I was like, listen, let's get on the phone. Are you, how about later today? And then we set up for, just a couple of hours after that and got on the phone, and it was awesome. It was like magic.
Yay! So you've been putting some marketing out, right? And so for everybody else, really, she's working on high touch, right? This is part of that triad of the hybrid marketing system. She is putting out content, her wealth of expertise and knowledge. She's brilliant. She's been doing, she's been sharing online. She's been doing the high touch piece of the training, the teaching, and those kind of things, and reaching out, making friends, learning how to communicate with people, how to convert them into a call. So congratulations, Raquel. I know it works when you start really doing it and working it, doesn't it?
Absolutely. My mind is blown of, just the post that I've put out recently on my personal page and how much response I'm getting from people. Yeah.
Right. So thank you for sharing that. It really is about doing the work, you guys. It's really about doing the work and showing up. Let's see. Like not alone. Alicia says, I agree. I think it gives us an upper. So Alicia's saying that, yeah, having been in private practice 20 years, licensed, that really moving away from doing coaching, it's much more in alignment. Listen to your heart, Jacqueline. She says, can I use that link to book my one-on-one appointment? No, you have a custom elite client link. Thank you for asking though. So it's in our Facebook mastermind Facebook group. Does anybody else have any questions before we go? Hi, Leslie, go ahead. How are you today? Oops, let me unmute you. Uh-oh, you do it. I tried, it didn't work.
Now.
Okay, hi.
Oh, there. Okay, hi. So if I've come a long way, and so I'm trying to figure out, can I use this link to do a call with you? Because there's still some stuck spots that I think even my coach is a little, I think she doesn't quite get this piece, but I think you will. That'll move me along. And then I can tell you something big that happened that was part of my fear. And my fear didn't come true. There is actually a new medical diagnosis that explains a lot of things that slowed down my progress. So I'm happy that they found something.
That's great.
It's not going to kill me. So
praise God, it's not going to kill you. Yes. So please use that.
It's not going to kill me. So
you're
that's
welcome
awesome.
to use that link. That's no problem at all. I'm glad. Okay. I'll look forward to hearing it and helping you. No problem.
And so I'll look for this. Will take me to the calendar, right?
That's correct.
Awesome.
Yay. Looking forward to it.
And Raquel's the bomb.
Raquel's the bomb.
Yeah.
Everybody's the bomb.
Soon, so I got to get to the place where I can get into the mastermind and
that's right.
Reconnect with my group.
That's next. It's coming. It's
coming. It's one of my goals, so I'm excited.
That's
Things
great.
are so much better.
We're looking forward to it. We're looking forward to it. There's a couple of you who are, thank you, Leslie. There's a couple of you who are new to me. Who's Joey? I'm going to unmute you. Joey, hi.
Hi, Mary.
Hi.
I'm an LCSW and I also have my PhD. And I've had a private practice for 7 years. And before that, I worked in a group practice for probably 5. And I'm actually in the process of getting hired for a clinical position. I do EMDR as well, so it's specifically for that.
Yeah.
That they're offering things I've never seen before for a clinical position, which is why I applied for it. So they're saying if I see 25 clients a week for 48 weeks, I'd make 6 figures a year. I've never made 6 figures being in my own practice, seeing 40 plus clients a week because I suck at and hate insurance companies and
right.
I've had contract issues where they said they overpaid me when they didn't, and they just start like taking money from you. So it's been like a long journey. Like it's sustained itself enough just because I see so many clients, but
Yeah.
it's created a lot of like burnout for me. And I'm also a yoga teacher trainer. And so I've been like trying to brainstorm how to meld the two together. So this last, like a month ago, I created a new business entity to better like branch the two together. But it's been a struggle. Like I've learned about Facebook ads. I've invested some time and money into that. And I don't ever like really get any returns from the ads, even though I'm like doing them the way they're supposed to be done, supposedly.
Right.
And I honestly don't like marketing. Like it's what you said that you did for women when you first kind of went into this direction is probably what I need most, because I have always lacked that confidence in marketing myself, and all my colleagues would be like, oh my gosh, you're like way more qualified than X, Y, and Z person. And
I know. So when you said right there, right? So you have all this experience and you have all those degrees and everything. And you know, you're going to work for an agency. I'm like, fine, no problem. But I'm also like, right. The coach in me, the trainer, the business consultant in me is like, oh, why? And so, you know what? One of the reasons why you might be doing this is because you said it. Did you hear what you said? That might be one of the biggest obstacles for you.
well, probably a confidence thing. I know
No.
is money.
You said, I don't like marketing.
Oh, marketing. Yeah.
Oh my God. Like, hello, that's everything. So if we don't like, so do you mind if are you open to being coached a little bit around this?
Sure.
Yeah. So the truth is, when we don't like marketing, what are we really saying? What do you think you're saying when you say, I don't like marketing? Like, what is it that you mean?
Well, I guess I don't like selling myself, like or trying to sell myself.
Mm-hmm. And what does that look like when you're trying to sell yourself?
I don't know. Like in the past, I felt kind of like yucky about it, even though I don't have like a lot of experience. It just feels like, oh, I'm trying to like talk someone into something,
Mm-hmm.
you know?
Do you know what you're doing at all? Are you helpful? Are you any good at your practice of helping people?
Yes.
I know you are, right? Or you wouldn't be here. So one of the things I want you to think about, you know, as a shift is, if you like, let's remove whatever that yoga, EMDR, like do you have any children? Are you married? Do you have a dog?
I'm married and I have a dog.
What's your dog's name?
Sugar.
Oh, I love that. Okay. If you had the cure for cancer for sugar, would you tell people about it?
Yeah.
If you had like all these dogs had the same kind of cancer as sugar has, what would you do? Would you be like, well, I don't really want to tell anybody about it?
No, yeah, I'm pretty passionate, so I probably would be like doing everything I could to get people to know about it.
Uh-huh. That's marketing. So one of the things I want you to really think about is like, how passionate are you about your modalities, your methodology, the results that you say that you want for your clients? You can see my passion. And by the way, I never actually even use that word. You've probably all noticed. Like, I don't say like my passion is it's more my mission. It's like, my mission is to help you, Joey, right? Like, get it, that you have something to offer the world that would be equivalent to, you know, cancer saving for sugar, right? And that by not sharing that is, you know, that's like, to me, a big moral line that you probably don't really think about. So this isn't about this kind of, and I'm not sure when you jumped on, but one of the things I said is sometimes people say they don't like marketing because they don't want to talk people into doing something. So do you believe that what you have to offer people is of value?
Yes, yes.
So why wouldn't you want to share it?
Question. I guess then the second part is like, I feel like I don't know how, even though I've learned.
That's different. That's fair. And that's true, probably, right? Or you would have your own company. So that's completely different. And I want to honor that. So the point here is, I want you and all of you who are watching to differentiate. I don't like marketing, when marketing is really selling, coaching, sharing, teaching, from I don't know how. Those, let them be completely separate, because when you, so it's completely true. Like, I don't know how to market. And if I don't know how to market, it feels uncomfortable, or I'm not really sure what to say, or I don't want to come off pushy and smarmy. That's completely different than I am really freaking good at what I do. how can I learn how to share that in a way that lands with people and they get it? Do you see the difference?
Mm-hmm.
So it's kind of the same thing when you said you had, you've done Facebook ads. So part of the nuance and the skill of Facebook ads, because people can lose their shirts, and by the way, I have, so this is why I'm good at it now, is number one, most people don't want to test and see what lands and what doesn't land. And sometimes when we're too formulaic and we're not actually speaking from our souls and our hearts and our desire and our mission and our passion, and we get too like, although I teach formulas, but we have to say it also in our ideal client's language. That's what would make a huge difference. I'd love to see those Facebook ads. How are you hearing what I'm saying back to you?
I'm hearing that I need to differentiate between feeling like I don't like marketing and that I don't fully understand how to do it.
Yeah.
And, you know, probably take some time to brainstorm a little bit more about what that marketing looks like. Because I have been like following a formula that my friend uses to sell the exact same thing that I'm trying to sell. And, you know, yeah. And I know I need help. And I guess the biggest holdup has always been money for me, right? Is like, if I had, I'm barely making enough to like survive, right? To pay my bills. And so it's like trying to find like, how do I get the resources to hire the people that I need to hire to help me so that then I can actually afford to pay those people. You know, that's like my other holdup with marketing.
Yeah, you know, and I'm also a believer that like money mindset piece is a massive issue for most of us as helpers, right? Yeah. And the fact that you have multiple degrees, including that PhD, says that you know how to have resources. So I'm curious on why it is that you knew how to come up with God knows how much. Because I mean, I've had clients who have had $400,000, $200,000, $75,000, $90,000 for a PhD. Like you came up with the money for that. What's the difference?
So I think the difference is well, part of my undergrad, I worked like 3 jobs when I did my undergrad. Then my first master's, I was a GA. My second master's, I did pay for with student loans. And then by then I was an LCSW, so I was working full time, and I used that money to pay for my PhD at the time. But I was also working for a group practice. But
okay, stop. I'm going to stop you. Yeah. You said, I don't know where to come up with the money and I'm barely making ends meet. So when you have at least a bachelor's, 2 masters, a clinical license, and a PhD, all I can hear as a coach is, holy, you have all kinds of money mindset stuff. Why is money going out the door? I'm not going to get into all that with you right now.
Right.
The point is that all this external validation with all these degrees and all these initials are not converting into money for you, or you haven't accessed that. So now you're saying like, I've spent thousands of dollars, years and all this, but now I'm not willing or able, I can't figure out how to find, whether it's me or some other business coach, I can't figure out how to find the money. That's a lie. Why are you telling yourself that you can't do that? You just said you worked 3 jobs to pay for a master's degree or whatever. Why are you telling yourself you don't have the money to learn the skill of business?
Well, I guess that's why I'm willing to take this, hesitantly willing to take this clinical job that would provide me with some like financial stability so that I could, you know, and unfortunately I was like just in the process of like, I set up like some therapy appointments and some different things for me to work on these issues that I know are an issue. And then my training that was supposed to start in a few days to pay for all of that was canceled because of the coronavirus. So.
Right. And so this is true. So we've got all these things going on too, right? Behind the scenes. So I want to encourage you to really examine, you know, you're thinking about this, right? You're thinking about marketing, and never use somebody else's. Like you said, your friend is doing whatever she's doing. You know, everybody's, even though I like to teach it, you know, systemized, the truth is that we're all individuals. And so her system might not be 100% transferable or duplicatable over to your business model. Does that make sense?
That makes sense. So just one more quick question. If I go into that link that you sent, is that where we could get a call to maybe talk
set up a call with me. Let's talk about it.
Okay.
Yeah, sounds good. Nice meeting you. You're welcome. Who else has any questions before we go? I want to show you. I'm going to turn my computer around so that you can see the snow coming. Can you all see it?
Yeah, it's beautiful.
It's so pretty, right? It's so beautiful here. It's so beautiful. So we're going to take a drive to our other house. in a second. Somebody just popped in. Hi, person who just popped in. We're getting ready to end. Thank you. I'll put this video in Facebook and share it on my business page. Does anybody else have any questions before we go?
I'm sorry, I just popped in, but I will definitely watch the video, and I thank you for accepting me to the group.
Yes. Sorry that there's technology, guys. This is what's your name? What is your name?
It's Avis.
Hey, Avis. Oh, I like that name. Yeah, thanks for being patient. And this is what happens sometimes. So what I'm going to do is I will, as soon as this loads, because Zoom will take a little while, I'll put it up in on my business page and in here. And this was actually a little more casual than I might normally do, but you know, I wanted to be a resource for all of you because you know, today's one of those days that sometimes you just gotta weave and bob with things, right?
Oh, yeah.
Avis, do you have any questions?
Well, you know, I'm just here really to learn. I'm glad I've found you. I am a LCSW, and I am now in the coaching. I actually love the coaching because I think the whole time I've been a coach. The coach was in me. Yes. And so I'm shifting. I'm learning to shift to monetize things and not just give myself away. So I'm glad I found
Don't do that. Yeah, don't just give yourself away. Do you mean you're not making as much money as you want to make when you said that?
Well, yes, because I'm right, because I love to do it. I love to teach and to coach, and so I find there's that part of me that would do a speaking engagement because I feel like those that would come would benefit, and I don't properly monetize myself, and I should. I'm ceasing and desisting that.
Stop it right now. So look, I love what you said. I really appreciate what you said. Did you all totally get her, right? And she and I've never met. I don't know who Avis is, but she said the same thing that y'all said, right? It's like we love what we do, and we're trying to figure out how to make sure we make enough money. And we have to learn the boundary of not giving everything away. So Avis, one of the things when you rewatch this, one of the things I teach clients is what I call a hybrid marketing system. And it's like high touch, it's automation and it's ads. But you know, I built my entire business originally speaking all across the country. Now, all but one client I have found online. That client, she actually is from a speaking gig I did 4 years ago. So I can help you learn how to convert. You know, when we go and do speaking gigs, it's no different than this, right? Because some of you are going to get on the phone with me. I just put the link in there again. Some of you are going to want to take a program maybe that I have, or you'll continue following me for whatever, you know, or whatever. But Avis, the point is part of the skill of being an excellent marketer is learning to, yes, share and teach like I've been doing today, giving you high value, all of you, and then learning how to ask. Like, hey, if you want more of that, get on the phone with me. Or, hey, if you want more of that, sign up to get my little freebie workbook, ebook, blah, 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 or whatever. And then there's a progression. So definitely rewatch this, learn a little tiny taste about the hybrid marketing system. And congratulations that you're a speaker, because I love that.
Thank you. Thank
you.
It's
so fun. It's so fun. And yes, if you're going to go, this is what I teach my clients about speaking. And then I'll answer any last question, then I'll go. There's 3 things that you should, and this is a side note, I didn't plan on this, but there's 3 things you should always get when you do a speaking gig. And I know, Raquel, I've taught this to you before. Do you remember what those are? Unmute yourself.
Sorry, can you ask the question again?
What 3, and if you can't remember, it's okay. So I'm telling Avis, like, these are 3 things I definitely teach clients, that when you do a speaking gig, there's 3 things that you walk away with.
3 things that you walk away with.
Okay. She doesn't remember, so I'm going to say it right now. Cash. You need to be signing clients.
Leads.
Converting people onto your email list, and additional speaking gigs. Those are 3 things. When you leave, you better have added people to your email list, gotten their contact information. You better have sold something, and selling something could just even mean like selling them on to getting a call or whatever it is, and getting more speaking gigs. you know, like, hey, who do you know? Who here would love me to come speak at your blah, blah, blah. So it's a whole, like,
Awesome.
I have a whole teaching on how to make money speaking. So anybody else have any questions before we're going to go? It's just snowing here.
I do.
Okay. Who said
Alicia.
I do? Oh, hi.
It's
Hold on.
Alicia. I look a hot
Hi,
mess. That's why
Alicia.
my face isn't up here. But
Alicia, I'm not showing her cute face. Go ahead.
anyway, my Facebook ads have been marked as spam, I think because they got shared too much. Have you ever encountered that, and any tips? Because now, like, I tried to put them up under a different domain and they said that I was circumventing the issue. And so they just don't like me right now.
So I have not had that happen, but this is one of the things I know. So have you actually been in communication with them and asked them what the issue was specifically?
I have, and they haven't been able to tell me. They look at my account and they're like, well, we don't see that there's any problem. But then I showed them the screenshots, and so they put in a ticket, and they're supposed to let me know in the next couple of days.
What was the screenshot?
That it is marked as spam and it violates one of those like 4 or 5 different things, which it doesn't, you know, whether it's like, it's crude or it's sexual or it's whatever. And
right. Or it's a
none of those
moneymaker or
things.
blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
So one of the things to think about is, and this is an unfortunate thing because I do know people who have had their business pages shut down where they cannot actually do ads, not to freak all of you out. And what happens sometimes is it's random, truly it's a random Facebook thing. And so part of this is if you developed a brand new ad and shared that with them to show them what the new ad was,
Mm-hmm.
and it was just massive high value, and it didn't use words like you, or there was no assumptive. I know, River, I'm going to be done in a second. It's amazing out that the flakes are like this big now.
Oh, wow.
Assumptive, you know, we want to make sure that when we do a Facebook ad, it's never assumptive, like you people, or I know you're miserable, or freaking out because of the coronavirus isn't, you know, like
Mm-hmm.
it. So that would be one of the things is I would create a new ad
Okay.
and give it to them and say, this is the new ad I want to place. And then of course, from the ad, the landing page has to be appropriate and same language. And then the offer, whatever the opt-in, the freebie, the da-da-da. So the continuity of language has to be that way. But
Okay.
yes, I'm telling you, it's the unfortunate news is it will take you weeks to handle this.
Great.
This is
Okay,
not
thanks.
a quick turnaround. Sorry about that.
Yeah, thanks.
Okay, everybody, thank you so much. Feel free to pop in the Facebook group if you have any other questions. I look forward to talking with some of you individually. Thanks for being patient with everything, and I will talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Bye.